Well, all new at 10, today marks the beginning of swim season for Portland high schoolers, but there's a big problem.
It's a big problem. The teams have no pools to practice in. Fox 12's Audrey Wheel joins us live to explain why this is and what it means for these teams. Audrey?
Yeah, well, these teams rely on Portland parks and recreation facilities, including pools and lifeguards. And the problem is that the pools are still closed until late June. And after hundreds of Portland Parks and Rec staff were laid off during the pandemic, they are still working on hiring and training hundreds of workers, including lifeguards.
If you didn't know any better, you would never think this is a swim practice.
Bring your right knee up.
The team here at Grant High School tells me they feel like fish out of water.
Hands on the ground, back in a downward dog.
Stuck on dry land.
We are a swim team that doesn't have any water to swim in right now.
Coach Scott Miyako and parents have been pushing for some sort of option to get the kids pool time, so they'll be able to both practice and compete this season as part of the Portland Interscholastic League, or PIL. They say it's tough to watch Portland teams in other sports be able to play, as well as swim teams from other districts. But in Portland, the teams use Portland Parks and Recreation pools and lifeguards. In a joint statement from PP&R and City Commissioner Carmen Rubio to Fox 12, they explain that pools are still closed and will reopen to some extent starting June 22nd. Plus, after more than 750 PP&R staff were laid off last year, including lifeguards, they aren't done hiring and training hundreds of workers for this summer. Without the lifeguards, they say the pools aren't ready to be used.
I'm heartbroken for the kids.
It has been quite the year, I can tell you that. It's just one thing after another.
Senior Fallon DeWitt is one of about 250 PIL swimmers.
I'm really lucky I get to go on in swimming college, but I know a lot of my teammates who've been swimming their whole lives, and they aren't getting this last year of swimming, and they aren't continuing this sport, and they love this sport so much.
Coach Miyako says the district is still looking at options.
At this point, it would be difficult to get this many swimmers in the water, especially this late in the game.
For now, they'll be out here doing what they can.
Just because we don't have any water doesn't mean we're not a team anymore.
Hoping that somehow their season will be saved.
As one option, there was some suggestion of bringing in outside lifeguards, but PP&R said that legally that wouldn't work. Again, the pools aren't set to reopen until June 22nd. That is the same week that swim season ends. Reporting live in Northwest Portland, Audrey Wheel, Fox 12 Oregon.